BattlefrogRacingMedia.com.
All right, Battlefrog, first impressions.
Battlefrog, these guys are going nowhere but up. This was great, and I'll tell you, I mean, course alone was, for a first course, no complaints, it was great. I mean, they got the fun obstacles, the challenging obstacles, the unique, the exciting, you know, the Tyrolean traverses, they got it all. Course was fine. I'm honestly most impressed with the organization they've already put together. This is their first race, and they already have a huge crew of professional people already organized, ready to go. I mean, if this race would have had 8,000 people, they would have been ready for it. They've got a huge investment. They've already put into it. They're already really ready to put into it. I mean, this is not just a few guys getting together saying, let's go put on an event. This is a big company already. I mean, they're going to do what it takes to be successful. There's no doubt about it in my mind whatsoever. I mean, the first race is a success, as far as I'm concerned. This is a success. It's only going to get better every time, and they're ready to do whatever it takes.
So, highlights for you of the course. What were some of the things you really liked?
Highlights. I love the two fun obstacles. You got the pipe, slide down out of the pipe into the water, the slip and slide. I love fun obstacles. Challenging, you know, they had the Tyrolean traverse. You rarely see that in races. They had the two jugs with water in and they had to carry. So, you know, unlike a sandbag where you can just throw it on your shoulder and run and it's all legs still, here you got to, all of a sudden you're working your arms like crazy at the same time. So, good challenging obstacles, a little bit of everything.
Is there a strategy to the slide to make yourself go faster if you're neck and neck with somebody?
Honestly, if you go down on your stomach, it's faster. Not because you slide faster, but because you get up and move forward again faster.
Interesting.
It's just the exit is faster on your stomach. But I don't know if they're giving people an option. I think they want you to go down on feet first just because it's a little safer.
Andy Hardy's going nuts in the background over there.
Andy Hardy's always going nuts.
Yeah, that's true. Your warm-up, you have a warm-up ritual.
Yes, I have.
Walk us through that. What does Hobie Call do to warm up?
Very structured. I couldn't put it all in words if I wanted to, but really it's just a bunch of dynamic exercises. I mean, there's a system to it, a rhythm to it, but really it's just dynamic.
Moving on to other stuff outside of Battlefrog, I did want to talk to you about, you had a really profound statement after Atlas race that I totally mutilated earlier. But it's basically that your perspective as an athlete is changing. You said it's been changing recently, that winning's not everything, that sort of thing.
Well, winning has never been everything. I learned that back in my college days. You know, you can win races and still be a miserable person. Winning races doesn't make you happy. So, you know, if you're happy, winning can maybe help make you happier maybe, but it itself won't bring you happiness. So, you know, there's a certain level of satisfaction, but it depends why you're doing it.
You're a spiritual guy. You're also an athletic guy. Do you ever see that those two paths complement each other? One helps the other?
For me, definitely, yes. I really believe that, you know, I was foreordained in the premortal life to do what I'm doing, and, you know, I'm not just doing it for me, you know. I hope to inspire other people to try a little harder, never give up, go another day, you know, eat a little healthier, exercise a little more. You know, if I'm inspiring people to do that, then it brings value to what I'm doing. If people quit being inspired by that, there's no point in me being out here. So,
have you heard stories like that? Do people personally contact you a lot with those?
They do, and that's what keeps me motivated. That's, you know, it was my motivation for years and years and years, being like, that day's gonna come, it's gonna come, and now it's here, and that's what keeps me going.
With the Vermont Beast, late congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You know, but that was really cool. You were coming off an injury, right? Is that right? Or
yeah, kind of. Yes, actually.
And you still won it. And so,
I was just blessed that day, really. There were better people on that mountain that just had bad days, and I had a good day.
That's what I was going to ask about. Matt Novakovic, and he had the lead for quite a bit. Then he cramped up, or did they just edit it that way for the NBC Sports Special?
Hey, Matt didn't run a smart race at all. You know, he overestimated his abilities, and they underestimated the mountain. So he'll come back strong this year, I think. Really, it's Cody Moat that you need to be looking for. Cody Moat has a good day. I don't think anybody on the planet will beat him on that mountain. So as long as he has a good day.
And one more question about the Vermont Beast. You watched the special, I'm assuming. Was there anything that when you watched it, you said, "Oh man, they left this out. Why did they leave this out? What was missing? What was?" Because I read your post and I was like, you're talking about cramping up, and then the other guy cramped up, and you're going back and forth. I was like, that's what I was ready to see, and I was
yeah.
See it, but.
I enjoyed watching it. I really did. I found the whole thing entertaining and fun to watch. It was if you were inclined to be annoyed, it could have been annoying because they didn't just edit it, which you expect in a long race like that, but they manipulated the footage to make the race look different than it actually was. There were times they showed I was in the lead when I was, and there were times they showed other people in the lead when they weren't. You know, they tried to villainize me in kind of an awkward way. I know why they did it, and I think it's kind of childish, but whatever. I found it entertaining.
There is.
We don't need to run off on that.
But there is a video though I need to show you because it was fun. We all laughed. We were all watching it, and we all laughed when it said, "Hobie's up to his old tricks again." You're just like, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
And so we did a video for Obstacle Racing Media, the ugly sweater run.
It's early, but already there's tension. Matthew Davis is up to his old tricks again, and his shenanigans seem to be working.
It's like, this is so overdramatic.
Yeah. You know, they're trying to make it exciting for the viewers. You understand what they're doing. What's tough is races like that, you always have super epic moments out on the courses somewhere with almost everybody, you know. But it's such a wild course everywhere. You can't have cameras everywhere, so your odds of catching those moments are rare. And it's just... It's a phenomenal event, and it should continue for the next 50 years, and it should be successful for 50 years, but it's a horrible event to try to put on television. Yep, Tyann, I was trying to get her to do the races for 2 years before she finally agreed to sign up for one.
Really?
And she won. I told her she would. So that was exciting. That was a good day.
It's hard to get people over the...
It is. The professional athletes are real serious about what they're doing. These races scare them.
Really?
Yeah. Well, most of them.
Okay, now you piqued my interest. Expand on that.
You know what? Serious athletes, they want to know what they're getting themselves into. By darn, a marathon is 26.2. Not 26.1, not 26.3. It's 26.2. And that matters. You know, if there's a 5-foot high elevation bump, they want to know about it. They want to know where it is. They want to know how it goes, what elevation grade it is. I mean, they want to know everything. Runners and triathletes and, you know, most professional athletes, we want to know what we're getting ourselves into. We want to know exactly how to train for this thing. And like when I was telling Tyann, I'm like, hey, you gotta come do this obstacle race. She's like, how long is it? I'm like, 8, 9, 10 miles. She's like, well, you don't even know? She's like freaking out. How can you not know, you know? I'm like, well, you know, somewhere in that time range, you know? Well, are there hills? Or what are all the obstacles? I'm like, well, you might see this or this or this or this or this or maybe that or that or that, you know? She's like, well, where are they on the course? I'm like, I don't know. You just turn around a corner and there it is. She's like, what? She's just freaking out about everything. Well, how much elevation climbs and drops? I'm like, I don't have a clue. There's mountains out there though, so expect hills, you know? It's just... You don't know how long it is, you don't know how hilly it is, you don't know what the obstacles are, how many there are, you don't know anything. You know, I mean, and a lot of athletes are like that, not just Tyann. I mean, that's how most professional athletes are. They're like, what am I getting myself into? And they don't know how to train for it, so they're scared. It scares them, you know. But, you know, just the excitement, just intrigues people too. And of course, 9 out of 10, even the professional athletes, when they come and do it, they're like, that was the coolest thing in the world, and they're totally hooked, and this is my new sport, and, you know, I mean, they love it. There's the reputation and the unknown. The reputation is way worse than what reality is. Yeah. So once you've experienced one, you're like, oh, now I see why everybody on the planet doing this thinks it's so cool, you know. So anyway,
yeah, I saw my friends do Tough Mudder. I just showed it with a video camera one day. I was like, I want to do that. Everybody laughed at me because I didn't exercise, and I did one. And I was so miserable by the end. The only thing I could think of was like, okay, now I know how to do it better. I know what to do now.
Yeah.
And every race I do that.
Yeah, it's so funny because when you're training, you're like, you hit one short race with tons of obstacles, hard obstacles, hills. You're like, oh man, I need to do more obstacle work and hill training and more speed and this and that. And then you go run a long race that's flat with easier obstacles. Oh, I got to do a lot more distance running. You know, every race you're like, I got to train different. You know?
Do you train differently for the Beast than you do the Sprint?
For the Vermont Beast, I do. I've got a structured program that seems to work really well from the shorter up through the supers. The Beasts are always a struggle to get through. The Vermont Beast, when it comes up, the month before, I'll add in some power hikes with my weight vest. Other than that, my training's the same, just those few extra workouts a week to build that mountain endurance.
And you were actually talking about a new workout I keep thinking of questions. You were actually talking about a new workout program video that you and your brother were going to do?
We're going to make another workout video, yes. This one's going to be... but the other one was great. It's a great video, has great information, but it's not very user-friendly. So this one's going to be a lot more user-friendly. The workout's going to be a lot more easy to understand and a little more exciting to do. And yeah, it's going to be a great video.
ObstacleRacingMedia.com is your source for news, race reviews, on-location interviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. ObstacleRacingMedia.com. Trust me, you'll love it, right?
Absolutely!
Great, now shut up and be sexy.